Welcome back to the kitchen, everybody. You know, I woke up this morning and I thought, we haven't got any Mexican food on the channel. So today we've got a chili, which granted may be more on the English side, with a little bit of a Jamaican twist as well to it. But also there's a secret ingredient, so I'm sure you've seen it in the title. So let's get this. Wee doggy! We'll start off with one large onion, straight down the middle. Cut the ends off. Peel it. Leave the root end on. And just go down like this, across the top, across the bottom, and then just go down the front. And just place that in a container for the time being. Next up is our pepper. You can use any pepper, sweet or bell, and I just go around it like this, cut a V shape, cut it down like this, and then you can also cut the membrane out, and then finally just scrape those seeds out. And this doesn't need to be super fine, but the way I like to do it is just cut it into strips, almost sort of julienne, and then just cut down the front. Pop that in our container with the onions. Usually I would say 2 big garlic cloves. As you can see, these aren't really the biggest, so I'm going to go ahead and do 4. Just find the root end, get it as finely as you can. And as always, just go ahead and give them the once over. Place those with the rest of the vegetables. Now lastly, this is all your choice, kind of the main ingredient. I've decided to mix it up. I'm going for 2 Scotch bonnets. So if you are going to use Scotch bonnets, because Tesco's have now started selling them, you could use 1, or you could go 3 or 4, but I think 2, if you like your spice, your tolerance is a little bit higher, this should be fine. But you could go for sort of bird's eye chilies, put about 3 in. But again, remember, once we've cooked the chili, it's been in for about 45 minutes, you can always add some more at that point. So let's get these cooked, minimal waste. What I'm gonna do with these is I'm actually gonna leave the seeds in. So we'll just go straight down the middle. Now I do want these quite broken up. I don't want to get a big piece of chili. I want these to completely emulsify in the chili. Place those in our concoction. Let's brown off that meat. Medium heat. We'll just let that get a little bit hotter. And we're using 500 grams of minced beef. Just break that up. So just let that get crispy on one side and then we'll flip it. So around 3 to 4 minutes. The beef was super juicy, so I've let it run for 5 minutes. So let's flip it. What you should find is you've created sort of a disc. Yep, there we go. We're just trying to get rid of most of that liquid. We're at the 4-minute mark. Yeah, there's still quite a lot of juices in here. Let me see if I can show you. Right, I'm going to drain this and then we'll pop it on a plate. So just a second, heat off. Now we'll get that back onto a medium. Get our vegetables in there. And we'll just sweat these off for around 4 minutes till the onions are just going brown. I'm happy with those. So let's go ahead and get in a nice heaped tablespoon of tomato puree. And just give that about 2 minutes. Make sure it's all evaporated. We don't want it having a bitter taste. 400 grams of chopped tomatoes. Give those a little mix in. 400 grams of kidney beans that have been drained. Add our meat back in. And just fold all that into each other. Teaspoon of salt. You guessed it. Teaspoon of pepper. Teaspoon of cumin. Teaspoon of oregano or oregano. And a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Give that one more stir. Alright, one final ingredient. I've got 400 milliliters of beef stock. We may not need it all, but just gently pour it in. Yeah, you know what, we are going to use it all. Carefully stir that. Just submerge all of the beef into the liquid. Just put that down to a simmer. Place the lid on. And we'll come check it in 20 minutes, but essentially we're going to leave it for around 45 minutes to 1 hour, and we've got one final secret ingredient. So I'll see you soon, guys. Just past the 20-minute mark, let's give it a little stir. Oh, that's thickening up lovely. Right, this would be the time to test it if you need any more spice in. Let's have a little taste. Super happy with that. The Scotch bonnets, they just add sort of a fruity spice to it. It is very strong, but me personally, I could go for 3 or 4. So just keep in mind, if your spice tolerance isn't super high, I think you'd get away with 1 Scotch bonnet, because remember, it is a chili. We do need some spice. So let's place the lid back on. And we'll leave it 20 more minutes. No chili would be complete without rice, so we've got 2 cups here. Always wash your rice. And we'll get this in the rice cooker. If you've not purchased one yet, it is a must. Let's get some water in there. 1 cup. 2 cups. Place the lid on. Press the button down. And that should be ready in around 20 minutes. Just past the 45-minute mark. It's still quite watery. That beef was super juicy, so technically no complaints. What I am going to do is I'm going to leave the top off for another 25 minutes. You know, I did say 45 to an hour, but this beef was, yeah, really juicy. So, yeah, we'll leave that for another 25 minutes. You can eat it now. There's nothing wrong with it. I just like it a little bit thicker. We've got about 5 minutes to go. So, as promised, we're going to add some chocolate. Dark chocolate. And I'm going to be a little bit dangerous. I'm going to add about 6 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a little bit there just for good measure. So let's mix that in. It should also thicken it up a little bit. Right, it's been another 5 minutes. The amount of dark chocolate has not overpowered it whatsoever. So let's get plated up and have it with the rice. So we've got the rice to one side and we'll put the chili on the other. Now I'm happy with that. Now look how much we've got left. So we're going to pop that in a Tupperware in a second. And essentially we've got a meal for a week. You can freeze it for around 3 months, or it should last in the fridge for around 5 days. And finally, just for a little bit of colour. Let's get it, people. We're going straight in for the chili. Beautiful, beautiful. I've not tried it with the Scotch bonnets before. That is gorgeous. Like I say, once you've cooked it down a little bit, the spice goes away, which, you know, I'm not too happy about. Let's have one more taste. Yeah, personally, guys, I would go a little bit more. I would dare to say 4 Scotch bonnets. That is probably pub and bar level of spice. So that's just standard chili spice, I would say. Although, it's creeping a little bit. It's creeping. Let's try it with the rice. Yeah. Unflavoured, unsalted rice is the way to go. Kind of neutralises the chili, doesn't mix with the flavours. Right, let me go finish this off and we'll end the video. So as always, thank you for making it to the end of the video. I really hoped you liked what you saw today. Nice and simple, everyone should be able to make this. So if you like what you saw, remember to press that like button, it's much appreciated. And also hit the subscribe if you did want to see more. I've got plenty more to come. I think we need some more Mexican, you know, some quesadillas, some enchiladas, and, you know, I'll keep on with other cuisines as well. So as always, thank you. Take care, all you beautiful people. Peace out.